Okay, what's up, everybody? I'm gonna be going over a few trades that you guys made. Let me just pull it up here. All right, Brad. Okay, so Brad took a trade on Roku at 9:31 in the morning. So let's take a look at what you did here. Okay. You entered calls at 570. All right. And you exited a minute later. Entered at 9:31. So let's see how the 1 minute candle looks. 9:31. So I mean that was a good play, but you were definitely taking your chances on taking this trade, Brad. Usually we don't trade the first 5 to 10 minutes. I would say the first 10 minutes for sure do not trade, so you could get a better understanding on the direction of that stock that you're trading. If you would have waited a little bit longer, this would have been a better play for puts. It had the highest probability play for puts. I would have taken my chances there. AMD was the second thing you bought. So another thing that I'm noticing right away is you took a trade at 9:31, you exited that trade at 9:32, then you're entering another trade at 9:35. Slow things down. You don't need to keep trading. Just slow things down. Once you see that high probability move, just focus on that one good trade, right? So say your goal is to make $1,000 a day, for example, right? Why would you spread that goal through 5 trades? Why would you go through the stress and dealing with that trade and that setup just to make 200, 200, 200, 200 5 times when you could focus on one really, really good trade and generate maybe 3/4 or the full amount of that 1,000? I would rather do that than, keep trading. So you entered at 9:35 on AMD. So I'm gonna pull up the 5 minute chart, and basically you entered right here. So there's just one thing about this, right? So on this candle right here, right, it went from pushing up, right, to pushing down. That's how I see it. So sellers are really stepping in here, right? And you entered in the beginning of the candle. You're definitely taking your chances here. I mean, you could have easily gotten out on the next two. That's exactly what you did. You ended up getting out at 9:37, 9:38. Okay. I want you to actually like make more money. So what you did, I understand you're going for that high day breakout. You're probably reading the time and sales. And as soon as it's starting to print lower, you're like, I'm just going to get out. I'm just going to get out. I'm just going to get out. Meanwhile, you could have had a longer position on here, right? So this is how I would have kind of traded it is at 9:39, this candle pushed all the way down, right? What is this showcasing? That sellers are bringing the price all the way down. They're selling more shares than they're buying up more shares, right? What I would have waited, this could have been easily a U-turn. But what happened here is we have a level of buyers, a mini level of buyers. So on this next candle, right, sellers tried to push it down, but picked it back up, right? So my point of entry would have been at the open of this candle, right? Because we had a lot of sellers step in. the war is still kind of going on. Yeah, volume's decreasing, but it's usually you'll have the most amount of volume in the beginning of the day and the end of the day. So um it's kind of, as long as they're above average volume, you should be okay, especially in the first 20 minutes of the day. So at the open of this candle, I would have entered, right? And I would have kept adding every time it bounced off the EMA, every time it bounced off the EMA for a longer move. And your premiums would have paid a lot better too. So start, I understand you're trying to scout, but take advantage of the days like this, right? Take full advantage. This is days where you could actually like double your account, triple your account, just off of one trade. I'm not saying go full account mode on one trade, but you could definitely risk some of the profits that you've made in the previous weeks and definitely help build your account. Let's see. And the last and final trade was at 125. You bought Facebook. Facebook. Oh, no, it wasn't 125. Yeah, it was 125. And you bought calls. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna say, right? You bought Facebook at 125, expecting a larger move, right? You're probably like, all right, it's been bouncing off the EMAs all day, right? This is where you entered and you exited on the next minute. You're, especially for scalping, you're trading in a time from 11 to around 2:30, right? Maybe even 3 o'clock sometimes, where you shouldn't be trading. You should not be trading, right? Unless you see like, volume pattern, stuff like that. Like over here, I do see a pattern, right? We had a lot of indecision here, and you would have taken your chances right here. It's a game of probability, right? Um, Instead, after making such a large move, you started taking your chances up here. This is not worth the risk, especially when there's no volume. So that's why I wouldn't have traded it, nor it was a higher day break. You were just betting that would probably go back up. You shouldn't be doing that. All right. Now for my man Benny. Okay. So I guess the market opens at 3. Okay. So the market opens for Benny at 347. Okay. BA. You bought BA at 347 and you sold at 351. So 347 would have been right here. I kind of see it. Okay. And you sold at 351, which is on the next candle. I mean, yeah, there was a lot of, okay. This is what I would have done. All right. This is how I would have kind of like boosted up my confidence in this trade. So I already understand that this is a big weekly level, right? This is a level that we found on one of the bigger time frames, and it's a very strong level, right? Now we came into the morning and we're holding, right? We're holding, we're holding, we're holding, we're holding. We're getting a lot of bottom wicks, suggesting that a lot of buyers are supporting the price at 233.5. I would have definitely day traded this. I don't specifically like the price action on this, but it definitely did go in your favor, and there was a possibility of it rebounding. So I understand why you did it. Another thing is we did get a lot of top wicks here, right? When you entered, it was very bullish. I understand. Let me see if I could do something here. Okay, there we go. Oh, no, I was looking at this thing. Okay, there we go. So entered at 47. Actually, I really like this trade that you made. You bought on 427. It is 427. You bought right here and you sold at 51 once it started dipping lower. So after a move like this, right? And this was a very volatile move. What you want to wait is for definitely confirmations. And these bottom wicks, if you waited for candles to close and actually start reversing, right, it would have been a point of entry for you. So after seeing this candle, right, this green candle right here, I would have definitely played it towards the upside after the candle kind of closed. This candle is still showing kind of indecision. It could have dumped even more, which it kind of did, and it faked people out, which happened to kind of you. Um, or I would play it towards the upside. So just being a little bit more patient and waiting on candles to close will be a lot better for you. Then you bought calls at 4:02 a.m. (4:02). So right here. Oh man. Okay. So you got caught at waiting for the higher day break. So here's what happened, buddy. The move was very violent, right? On the move down. Then you wait, right? For indecision, right? This is indecision, right? Then what happened is you've seen a lot of buyers step in, right? Look how many green candles this is. You don't think it's going to take a break. And look how each candle is kind of getting smaller and smaller as it's reaching higher day. And on that higher day candle, right, volume significantly drops. So why would you enter at the top of the day? Volume showcases commitment. Wait for volume, start waiting for candles to close, understand when to anticipate consolidation, and wait for that. It's a patience game. If you waited for this and it ended up breaking the 243.25 level, you are in the green light. But you're entering here after I already did such a large move. All right. Last trade of the day was on QQQ. All right. Oh wow. So at 10:25, right here, you got in for some puts. At 10:25, you bought puts. All right, I gotta see your trade idea on this. Journal for QQQ. I made this trade after 2 losing trades on BA earlier in the morning. I saw the 3-minute chart on QQQ has been trading down and riding 9 EMA nicely. I entered knowing this. that this was an aggressive trade. This wasn't a high probability trade, in my opinion. I went off knowing that if it closed above the 9 EMA on the 3-minute, I would exit ASAP. Okay, so this is how I would do it, right? First of all, another thing that you should kind of keep your eyes open to is look at these wicks, right? Before you even got the trade, right? This is suggesting that buyers are being super aggressive in this area, right? It's not saying, I won't say it's gonna, it won't break below, but it should kind of give you a warning that, yo, your probability of it even going even lower has slightly decreased, right? It's all about taking your chances. So now, why are you entering? We already made such a large move down, right? We're kind of getting closer towards 11. Things are slowing down, and you're entering here. The better play would have been entering below low a day, right? So low a day with the candle close. I mean, you had better chances of entering right here, right? Somewhere around here. If it went below that, it would have been a better play, but it didn't offer that, and it just turned into choppiness, and volume just kept decreasing and decreasing and decreasing, showing no commitment by traders. What we do is looking for commitment by other traders. We're using that as our edge. So we know that people are kind of trading the stock. We're reading the tape, level 2, and mainly focusing on price action. Price action is what's going to help you get to that next level. So this really didn't drop below, I would say the key level was 340, somewhere around 340. This was just a mess. And just being aware that volume is dropping all day after such a large move too, I wouldn't have touched this. So pick your fights. All right. I think that's the last trade. I hope. Okay, let me see. Okay, so I will, for everybody that DM me privately, I will reply to you in a separate webinar. And yeah, that's all we have for today. Thank you for the people who send your trades. That really shows me that you want to get somewhere in trading and this career. And I will always be gladly to answer your guys' questions. Yeah, guys, and I'll see you guys in the other webinar. Thank you, my man. Anyways, have a great night, man. Take care, bro.